Hi guys, happy Monday. Today we are practicing solving quadratics. We've talked about factoring. We've done one example on square roots, so I would like to do at least one more example. So we have 8, 9, and 10 here. And I know 10 looks the most challenging because of the fraction 3/4. So let's tackle that one. And keep in mind, I am doing this live. Hopefully I don't make any mistakes. All right, so the first thing we want to do is get it in this form. Ax squared equals a constant. So remember, c is just a number without a variable. So right now, we have our ax squared plus a constant equals a constant. So we need to get all of our constants over on this side of the equal sign. So we want to subtract 1 from both sides. That's our first step. All right, so now we have, the bottom of the page is always so challenging to write on. 3x squared, 3/4 x squared equals 30. All right, we want to get the x squared to be 1x squared. So what number can I multiply 3/4 by to get 1? You can multiply by its reciprocal. Now a reciprocal is when you have a fraction and you just flip it upside down. Right, so if we have 3/4 here, 3/4, and we flip it upside down, it is now 4/3. So that's what we want to multiply by. 4/3 on both sides. Whatever you do to one side of an equation, you must do to the other. All right, so as you can see, this works because 4 times 3 is 12, 3 times 4 is 12. 12/12 is 1. This just makes a giant 1. So now we are left with 1x squared, and we don't really need to write the 1 because how many x squareds do I have? 1x squared there. All right, and then 30 times 4/3. Well, there's a couple ways we can do this. Before we multiply, we can go 30 divided by 3, that's 10. 10 times 4 is 40. You do it like that. Or you can go 30 times 4 is 120. Divide by 3, that's 40. All right, the last thing to do is get x by itself. Right now it's x squared. So we have to undo that squaring by taking the square root of both sides. And our final answer in exact form would be x equals plus or minus the square root of 40. Okay, and I have not taught you guys how to simplify radicals yet, but I want to show you just because for this problem I do have more room on my paper, so why not? All right, so we want to break 40 down into perfect squares. So are there any numbers that are perfect squares that go into 40? 2 is not a perfect square. 4 is a perfect square. So we can rewrite the square root of 40 as the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. That's totally legal in the math world. We could do that. All right, what is the square root of 4? It is 2. So we can write it as 2. And the square root of 10, all right, does the square root of 10 have any perfect squares that go into it? 2, nope. 5, nope. 10, no. All right, so our final answer in simplified form would be x equals plus or minus 2 times the square root of 10. Again, I have not shown you this. We have not done this in a lesson yet. So I am fine if you leave your answer as plus or minus the square root of 40. Either way.